Hello. I thought I would make this video because I am in the mood to make videos like this, and I can't seem to upload any Let's Play videos from the upload thingy, and this seems to be the only thing that I can do as far as making videos goes. I don't know why YouTube isn't working, but it almost never works. So yeah. So topic for this video is Book of Shadows. If there was one thing that I could tell any new witch, pagan, Wiccan to have, then it would be this. Because it doesn't even have to be anything that you have to buy. Like, and I know that a lot of people with issues with money are like, oh my god, I have to buy all the things. You really don't have to buy anything when you start out, and you really don't need anything to practice this religion. All you really need is yourself, because the energy and power is within yourself, and you don't need like the things that we have, the things that we buy are just tools to help us feel better or to help us channel our energy or power through them somehow. That's all they really are. But so the one thing that you would want to probably have is the famed Book of Shadows. And a couple reasons why. One, if you're starting out with your year in a day, which everybody should, it's something you can write down, not just information, but it's kind of like some people, you could use it as a journal almost. Don't like, maybe you could have a Book of Shadows for information, or like another journal, I guess. But I remember when I started out, I had just a few random entries where I would say like, oh, this is how this went today and whatever. It had, of course, to do with what I was, researching. But I mean, it felt nice to be able to write down my words instead of, just information from somebody else. So I'll show you mine. This is my first one. That's a little bit of wax dripped on there during a ritual one time. I don't know if you can see this little dent here. I'm kind of tilting the book so you can see it right here. It's a sketchbook, actually. And I got it at Joann's, or at least my parents did. It was just something lying around the house at the time when I decided to start my Year in a Day or Book of Shadows or whatever it is. And the only really fancy thing that I did to it was the first page. I burned the edges so that I don't know, I just felt like burning the edges because it made it look more antique. But that's the only page that I did it to. And everything else just has words and stuff in it. I mean, there's so many words. It got almost completely filled up. I'll probably fill the rest of it up before I use it again, but I haven't really written anything lately. Like, you can write whatever you want in here either. Like, anything that you find, spells, like, well, you should really make your own spells, because, I mean, if you get it off the internet, it's not going to need as much. I mean, you can use them, but it's not going to mean as much to you unless you make them. So, like, let's see, I think here's a recipe. It's a love honey potion I got from Crazy Boy. Yay, advertisement for other people. I really liked him when I was starting out, or not starting out, but I mean starting out looking at people on YouTube, because I didn't have a channel or anything. So when I did get a channel, he was one of the first people that I followed, and I really like him. He doesn't make as many videos anymore. Actually, he hasn't made a video in probably like a long time, probably a year or something. But he used to make really good videos, and he still has some really good ones up. So if you want to get any information, then he's a good person to go to. You can get stuff from books. Some people might recognize all these little symbols from Scott Cunningham's book. I'm not even going to go and say that I have to recommend that person, because, I mean, everybody should know who he is. And everybody knows that he's a good reference for things. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, some days I would just write and write and write so many things. And to this may look like just random gibberish. Nobody will ever be able to decode this. I can read my own cursive, so that's good enough for me, and I know how to organize things. And this is the other one that I got. I got it, I think I bought this for myself. I can't really remember. Pretty sure I did, but I love owls, and I thought this was really pretty. It's handmade in Italy. It's really nice leather, and the pages are rigid. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see it in that light. I don't really have a lot of stuff in here. I have like a ritual of how to make a poppet thing, and that's pretty much it. But these pages are lined, and they're really pretty. But yeah, it's not even, it doesn't even have to be that fancy. I mean, I used a sketchbook for my Butch of Shadows. I mean, I would like to have something really big and majestic and awesome. But I mean, this will do for me. Like, it doesn't have to be big and majestic and awesome for anybody. I mean, it's a book that you're going to write stuff in. Now, some people use binders, because I've heard of that. I'll probably end up doing that because I have no idea what to... Well, I mean, look at this. Like, I have no order whatsoever in this book. I mean, I could find it simply because I remember where I wrote it down, or the general area of things, or I'm just flipping through because it's really not that big of a book. And a lot of things that I would write are either just one page, so it's like a really short page, or I can remember the length, or it's like a really long page or whatever. So it's kind of easy for me to remember, but yeah. I mean, I'll probably end up doing a binder just because I would like to have things organized and easily accessible, but other than that, there's really nothing to it. I mean, again, the one thing that you should have when you're starting out, or could have, no, should, because you should have a place to write down everything that you think you would need to remember, or want to remember, or want to keep. Especially for your year in a day, that is the one thing that you should probably do, is keep a book of shadows, because everything that you write down is obviously important to you because you had the energy to write it down in the book in the first place. So, and again, you can use anything. You can use a spiral notebook that you get from like school or whatever. I don't know. I never did that, but I mean, you could. It's not fancy, but I mean, who says you can't like rewrite things if you're really that picky about it? Like, it's a pain in the ass, but I mean, you could if you really wanted to. I know if I had all of everything that was in here, if I had all of that in like a spiral notebook originally, I probably would have written it down myself because I'm nerdy and OCD like that. I don't know. I'm not really OCD, but so yeah. I guess that's the end of my video. I'm not going to go into huge detail or anything like that. It's just a basic, everybody should know this kind of thing. And if you don't, then I hope this video kind of helped you out a little bit. Because, I mean, it's just a book that you write things in. It basically just information. So, spells, rituals, information about the sabbats, esbats, whatever it is. You can even put recipes for food. Whatever it is, it goes in the book. You remember it. You can organize it later. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It's Book of Shadows. I know Crazy Boy, that guy I mentioned earlier, he has a box of shadows. It's kind of like, it kind of had this cool little recipe box organization, I guess. Or at least that's what I think of it, because my mom has a recipe box. It's like a little box, and he wrote spells and rituals on note cards, and would take the tabby ones, like the note cards with the little tabs at the top, and just like sort them out, like spells, rituals, or love spells, or protection spells, or, you know, sachets and herbs and stuff like that. You can do that. He has a better video on that, because I don't have, obviously, a box of shadows or anything like that, but I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, do whatever you do, and I'll see you in the next video.